Jonathan Candy, age 42, was married to Lindsay Candy, age 39. The couple married in 2008. Jonathan was a video engineer for the Oklahoma City Thunder professional basketball team. The couple had 4 children, 18-year-old Dylan, 14-year-old Ethan, 12-year-old Lucas and a 10-year-old son who will remain anonymous due to privacy concerns. 12-year-old Lucas attended 6th grade at Meadowbrook Intermediate School. 14-year-old Ethan attended Mustang High School. Ethan played baseball for the school team Misfits. Dylan graduated from Mustang High School in May of 2023. This video shows Dylan doing an ice bucket challenge in the summer of 2014.
Dylan Candy, and I accept Owen Cook's ice bucket challenge. I challenge my Aunt Shannon Romarowski in the ice bucket challenge. You have 24 hours to accept the challenge.
He was attending Oklahoma Baptist University where he played first bass drums in the Bison Brigade, the school's marching band. Lindsay was an amazing mother who always cheered for her children at their sporting events. Lindsay grew up in Prague, Oklahoma where she attended Prague High School. The family purchased their home in 2014. It was located on Mirage Street at the 2800 block of Czech Hall Estates in Yukon, Oklahoma. It's located between Yukon and Mustang. Yukon is located in eastern Canadian County in Oklahoma. It has a population of just under 24,000 citizens. Lindsay's Facebook showcases a happy family with many photos of the couple and their children. On November 26 in 2022 the couple appeared in an interview for the TV series Discover Oklahoma.
I come here twice a week in the morning for their breakfast burritos, which are by far in and you can get around here. And I love it because I can eat a big burrito and then I don't have to eat until nighttime. I love the carrot cake. I don't eat a lot of sweets, even with my last name. I love the carrot cake.
I like the cannoli. The cannoli are good.
On the night of April 21st in 2024 Jonathan and Lindsay got into an argument. At some point Jonathan shot his wife multiple times killing her. He then shot all of his children, sparing the youngest. On the morning of April 22nd in 2024 the Oklahoma City Police Department received a call from a child. The child told the dispatcher that everyone else in the house was dead. Police responded to the home around 9:35 a.m. and found a 10-year-old boy standing out front. When they entered the home they found 5 people dead by gunshot wounds. The children were found in different parts of the house, 2 upstairs and 1 downstairs. The mother's body was also found downstairs. All were deceased from multiple gunshot injuries. Police later said in an interview that they believe Jonathan shot his wife Lindsay then 3 of his 4 children before turning the gun on himself committing suicide. Oklahoma City Police Sergeant Gary Knight spoke to the public about the murders.
When police received a 911 call from a 10-year-old inside the residence indicating that everyone inside the house appeared to be dead. Officers responded to the scene. They found the young man out front. They went inside the house trying to verify what they were told and to see if there were any victims that they could save. Once inside the house, officers found 5 people deceased. At that point, once they realized that the 5 were beyond saving, they checked to make sure there was nobody else in the home, nobody else was there. They backed out. At that point, we have to apply for a warrant to go in and process the scene. That went on throughout much of the day yesterday. We talked to neighbors, talked to everyone else that could be involved, family, friends. Investigators determined that sometime overnight, the husband and father in the home, Jonathan Candy, became involved in an altercation with his wife Lindsay. At some point, he armed himself with a gun. He shot her multiple times, killing her. At that point, he systematically went through the home, shooting and killing their children. All of the children belonged to them. There was one child, the one that called 911, that was found unharmed. We don't know why he was left unharmed. I know that's a question everybody has. That's a question we have too. In the end, nobody's ever going to know the answer to that. It's unclear what made him want to go through the home, killing the children, but make no mistake about it, what happened in that residence was nothing short of a massacre. Those children were hunted down and killed after the woman was killed.
The head coach of the Mustang Misfits, TJ Armstrong, was shocked by the news of the family tragedy. He said, "The first time I met him, he introduced himself and shook my hand so hard I felt like a cartoon character." He continued saying, "He was constantly thanking us for everything, and giving us hugs." He said, "Ethan, my sweet little candy man, what can you say about a candle? He was the light of the room and our team," Armstrong said. "He made my son a happier, outgoing kid. He was constantly smiling and laughing." Armstrong said Dylan was a sweet young man and ensured Ethan was at baseball practice when he needed to be and attended almost every game. "I have lots of love for the Candies and will miss them tremendously," Armstrong said. "Just remember that this was a beautiful family with amazing souls and we just want to remember the positive memories."
At this point, I just wish the nightmare would be over. I wish it was all a bad dream, and that we would wake up and that they would still be here. I had to see it for myself. I kept asking Cooper to please snap and text Ethan, and has he seen Ethan today? Has he talked to him? And I was calling Lindsay, and I was messaging Dylan, and nobody would respond.
All-American family. This is something, I mean, I could live 100,000 lifetimes and never expect this out of that. I could have never imagined that ever in my whole entire life, you know? And I'm still in shock.
Ethan's team, the Misfits, mourned the devastating loss together, leaning on each other for strength. Lindsay, Candy's childhood friend, said they sang side by side in church growing up together, and attended school together. She said there was one Sunday she and Lindsay were hiding in the treehouse and fell asleep. No one could find them, despite them being right in Lindsay's backyard, and the cops were called out. She said she was devastated about the loss, and it was unimaginable. "I have been without words for so many hours, without tears because I don't know how to process this," she said. "You were so loved. You were so special to so many people. Loved fiercely by your boys. Brought laughter to every conversation, and even more so with the girls. Your sister's best friend, and light in your mom and dad's life." A neighbor, Michael Burcham, was in total shock. He said, "The kids were real friendly, everybody loved the kids." He continued by saying the kids swam at his house regularly, and played with his dog. He described Jonathan Candy as a kind person. He said, "We assumed that everything was fine other than his depression. If somebody needed something, and he had a shop in the back. I needed something to load one day. Called him, and he said, 'Yeah, I'll do it for you.' That's the kind of person he was." He continued saying Jonathan was always helping others. He said he helped him with his car and lawnmower, and helped other neighbors often. He said he flew drones with Jonathan many times. He continued saying he never saw or heard anything negative between Candy and his wife Lindsay. Another neighbor, Brian Graham, said that the Yukon community is grieving after the loss of the Candy family. He said, "They were a great family. They come down all the time. We kind of had hangouts together. Their kids were their kids' friends, like best friends. So, they enjoyed being with each other, and they all went to school together. We really are going to miss them. We really wish this wouldn't have happened." The Candy family released the following statement to the public. Our entire family has been left shattered and confused with so many questions we won't ever have answers to, the family said. Jonathan was the one whose jokes and goofy attitude kept everyone smiling. Aside from these events, his children and wife were his entire life. I simply can't fathom what went on, but please, hug your family tight. It's going to be a very long healing process for everyone affected. School Superintendent Charles Bradley said, "We are shocked, and our hearts are broken. This tragedy simply defies understanding. We confirmed that a tragedy occurred at a home within our district, and we can now confirm the deaths of 2 of our students. While this has been a very difficult year for the MP's family, both students and adults may struggle with managing their feelings and reactions to this news. Feelings of anger, hurt, guilt and sadness are natural," he said. Common grief reactions include sleep disturbances, temporary loss of appetite, anxiety and fears about the health and safety of friends and family. Bradley went on to describe to parents how to help their children cope with the loss. He also gave resources on how to have difficult conversations with their children. Just Baked Bakery and Deli in Yukon posted a message on Facebook that reads, "As many others have expressed, our hearts are broken this morning after the confirmation of the tragedy that occurred in our community. We grew to know and love the Candy family as some of our most loyal customers. We are praying big prayers for all of their family, friends, classmates, teammates, teachers and others who are now heartbroken and living in this tragedy. Hug your loved ones tight, pray for your family and for others, and check on those you love. If there is anything we can do, please reach out to us." A GoFundMe was set up by a family member for funeral expenses. "We spent time with our family this weekend, and my nephew was able to be surrounded by love and thankfully some of his friends during this trying time," Brent Rimowski wrote in an update on the GoFundMe on April 29th. "All the attention has made me reflect on the road ahead, and what will happen when all of this attention goes away and what's left is the reality of the situation. I guess that's when the real work will start, and the donations you are making now will be most meaningful for my nephew." Funeral and burial arrangements were not made known to the public. What motivates someone to kill members of their own family? Psychologist Frank Calistro said financial strain and embarrassment are common factors in familicide. He said, "They tend to be what we call resentment hoarders. Every time they think about whatever it is they're resentful over, the anger produces that much more pressure to act." He continued saying there's no single profile of someone who kills his/her family. He said some are psychopaths. Anger is a normal human response. It can be beneficial in some situations, such as responding to injury or harm to yourself or someone you love. However, not being able to control anger can be destructive and cause serious problems in life. It can negatively affect professional and personal relationships. It can also have negative effects on health. Research and studies have proven that not being able to control anger can lead to bulimia, diabetes, automobile accidents, and even cardiovascular diseases. It's critical that anger is managed. Depression, alcoholism, and mental instability can be some external factors that can lead to anger. Here are some tips if you are living with someone with anger issues. If you are dealing with someone with anger issues, try to stay calm and not lash back out at them, even if it's difficult. It can sometimes be hard to remain calm, but try keeping your replies calm and measured. Avoid becoming angry yourself, and try to respond with empathy and care. This will show that you hear and care for what they're saying. Sometimes a simple distraction can de-escalate the situation. This can shift the focus and allow the person to reset and reflect. If a situation escalates, call a timeout, and take some space from each other. It takes around 20 minutes for the nervous system to regulate, and for chemical levels to return to normal. Give the person some space and let them know you are there to talk when everyone has calmed down. Always prioritize your safety, and have a safety plan in place. Identify safe areas in your home with pathways to get out. Have a phone near at all times, and no emergency numbers to call. Create several reasons for leaving the home, such as a run to the grocery store, or have a safe word you can text to a friend so they know to send help. Keep weapons locked away, and keep knives out of view. Living with someone with anger issues can take a toll on your mental and physical health. It's crucial to get them the help they need, and it's also important for you to take the necessary steps to protect yourself. Confide in friends or family members that you trust. Seek a therapist, or a support group. If you feel your safety is at risk, seek support for domestic violence immediately. If you or someone you know has anger issues, it's important to ask for help. Seek professional help from a trained psychologist, or psychiatrist if you believe it's out of control. Remember, you are not alone. You should never blame yourself for the abusive actions of someone else. If you need immediate help, please reach out to a domestic violence hotline by calling 1-800-799-3224 or text START to 88788. Help is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Jonathan Candy appeared to be the all-American husband and father. Everyone spoke highly of him. However, something was lurking under the surface, hidden and unseen. On the night of the murders, Jonathan snapped during an argument. He murdered his wife, then viciously hunted down each child, murdering all but one. It's unknown why he decided to spare the youngest child. Hopefully the surviving child will get the therapy and support needed to move past this horrific tragedy. May all the victims in this case rest in peace. That concludes this episode. Keep your eye out for the next volume, coming soon. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing. Thanks for watching.
Want to help support the channel you love, and get something in return? Simply purchase some Elizabeth's Chronicles merch. We have coffee mugs, t-shirts, sweatshirts, cozy blankets, beach towels, phone covers and more. Use the coupon code EC10OFF4U and get 10% off your order. The link to order is in the description area below this video. Thanks for helping Elizabeth's Chronicles continue to make the videos you love.